Hey, everybody. Hey, happy Sunday. Good day. Good day, mommy. Good day. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Good day, everybody, as you join into the show. We are here on this beautiful Sunday. And you know what today is? It's one of my favorite days because it's the day I get to do the Living Life in Joy show. And it is a good one. So I am Rev Melissa, and I am just thrilled to be with you all today. And you know, the Living Life in Joy show is very different from Morning Sip, right, Gladys? It's very different from Morning Sip. It's my opportunity to introduce to you all other wonderful people who are bringing joy into the world, right? And that's what I wanted this show to be. I wanted to be a vessel of joy, another vehicle where y'all could hear some joy news. Y'all can hear some joy news. So we're about that joy life, and that's what we're going to do today. So let's go, set, ready. All right, all right, all right. We're going in, we're going in. So I don't even know where to begin with today's guest because, first of all, this is the first time I'm having two guests on at one time. So that's a new thing. And these two wonderful women are, they went on a journey. We went on a journey together when we were in seminary. So they are my seminary sisters also. But let me tell y'all what they've been up to, just a taste. So Rev Cathy is an ordained interfaith minister. She's a spiritual counselor. She is a certified yoga teacher, a ERYT 500. That sounds very impressive to me. I don't know really what that is, but it sounds very impressive. She's an independent amp coil ambassador, and I had that amp coil on me in class. So it's amazing. It's so powerful. So they're going to talk a little bit about that. And she's a chronic Lyme thriver. Thriver, y'all. So Catherine has companioned and empowered hundreds through the processes of recovery from chronic illnesses and life challenges. So I love both of their bios because they both put in what their superpower is, y'all. Superpower. So Rev Cathy's superpower is to guide others in embodying the gift of their own life through spiritual practice, self-care, and healing in community. Reverend Cathy is also the owner of Open Sky Yoga Barn in Redding, Connecticut, where she has taught yoga, meditation, and restorative practices and led workshops and retreats since 2010. She currently runs a healing sanctuary at OSYB where clients receive amp coil sessions, relieving symptoms due to chronic autoimmune and Lyme disease, as well as promoting physical, mental, and emotional well-being. She is a she is an Airbnb super host. So if you want to check her out and live above a yoga studio where you can retreat and renew, check her out on Airbnb also. Rev Cathy is a mom of three, two who are in college, and one ready to leave the nest. So that's Rev Cathy. Rev Laura is an ordained interfaith minister. She is a spiritual counselor, independent amp coil ambassador also. And she also has this juicy supercharged yoga certification, ERYT 500. She has been clean and sober for over 15 years, and this wealth of experience has led her to realize this essential truth. Everyone is recovering from something. Ain't that the truth? Everyone is recovering from something. She's grounded in 12-step recovery, steeped in yogic philosophy and world wisdom traditions. Her spiritual counseling approach comes from decades of personal transformation work and experiences assisting others to find their authentic path to healing and self-empowerment. Laura has guided hundreds towards deep turnarounds to new levels of realization. Her unique superpower, y'all, is of loving presence, true discernment, and fierce compassion guides the courageous on the soul's journey of healing and awakening. One of her most precious and joyful gifts in this life is to be a mom to her beloved daughter who is in college. So together, they are the dynamic duo, Reverend Cathy and Reverend Laura. They are the co-founders of Beloved Now, a healing and empowerment 12-week program for women. So come on, Laura and Cathy, my Revs, my dynamic duo Revs. Welcome to Living Life in Joy.
What an amazing intro. Thank you, Rev Melissa.
Oh, you're welcome. And there was so much more that I could share, but you two are amazing and are doing amazing work in the world. So let's just get into it. Let's get into it. So I know that you have created this wonderful healing program for women called Beloved Now. So just share a little bit about how that came to be and how this program is a vehicle for healing.
Okay, you want to start?
I could speak to how it came to be. We've been companioning each other in our healing for almost a decade.
Yeah.
And part of it was through, ministry, seminary. And when we did this, we did a Lyme to Wellness pilot program in the barn, Open Sky Yoga Barn that you spoke of from the bio. And so we companioned 12 people on their health and wellness journey. And we found ourselves spiritually counseling along the way and developing the program as we went. We didn't know what it was going to be. But I think one of the main things that happened was we had taught yoga together, real deep dives of yoga with really beautiful theming and 12-week theming in our yoga practice and meditation practice.
Right.
And Laura had always shared with me a lot of the 12-step wisdom. And I kept thinking, well, do I have to be addicted to alcohol to benefit from these amazing spiritual principles? And we kept deepening and deepening into it. And that was really where the program started to flush out.
Right.
This embodiment, it's bringing it into the body.
And we recognize, and we were sorry.
Yeah.
But we recognize it, as I said in my bio, that everyone is recovering from something. That we are on this human path of walking with a pebble in our shoe, right? There's always something, right? So how do we do that? How do we do that with drawing on our wisdom and our grace and our connection, not just to ourselves, but to everyone around us, and a grace in our lives, which is bigger than us, just us by ourselves, right? Whatever you call it, right?
I love that. Whatever you call it. And everyone really is recovering from something, and there is a place for everyone to make that journey of recovery through. And so it's a blessing that you have this offering of Beloved Now to offer to people. So share a little bit about, I know you have 12 spiritual guiding principles that is steeped in this healing and empowerment. Can you share a little bit about that journey? And I love right at the center of it is joy. I was like, oh yes, here we go.
Yeah, it's about really daily practice. So there's a meditation, right? There's journaling questions, and we are inviting women into a daily practice, a supported daily practice, and of breath work, meditation, journaling, and a sense of accountability around it. So for most people, meditation and spiritual practice is a very up and down road, and ourselves included. And what we found was that in relationship with each other, we were more stable and committed to it.
With the consistency of a daily practice.
So that's really sort of at the heart of the program, and the spiritual principles are the foundation.
Right. So each week is a different guiding spiritual principle, and it unrolls over a 12-week process. Right. Joy is the culmination point, but it's not really the stopping point, because we find that each principle informs the other, and we keep marinating and deepening and integrating into this beautiful container that we create with our daily practice, so that we're able to move through our lives with holding both grief and gratitude at the same time, right? That it's not one thing is the thing that drives us, that we have an emotional fluidity, that we don't get stuck in any one particular place, but that we find that the center holds that sense of connection to self and source is the really the beauty of what we realize, right?
Rev Laura, let me tell you, this month is April. This month is poetry month, and what you just said was so poetic.
Mm-hmm.
It was so poetic. Producer, could you put up on the screen their 12 spiritual principles? Because I just want to walk that path a little bit. Yes. And so I see the first one is honesty. Now, why did you select that as the first step?
Well, it's super key, because if you can't be honest with yourself about how you feel and what you need in the moment, chances are pretty good everything else is going to go sideways.
Because living an authentic life is really the core of accepting reality as it is, right?
And what we find more and more, especially obviously through this pandemic, right, is that uncertainty and discomfort, right? It's always been there. The pandemic just put it in front of everybody, right? But, uncertainty and discomfort, they're the gateway for living a passionately, joyfully engaged life of meaningful connection. We actually have to move through it. We can't process skip. And that's why honesty is always first. And I find that for me, I'm always going back to honesty. Always going
what
back
is
to
the
honesty.
Truth of this, of what is happening right now, and staying connected to the truth of my own experience.
Your inner knowing.
My inner knowing. Yeah.
That's the question we could ask ourselves in every moment. What is the truth of this moment right here and right now, right where I am? Not yesterday, not tomorrow, but right now.
Right. Because all healing happens in the present moment. Right. That's where we access joy. It's not sometime in the future when everything looks really good and all the bows tied nice, right?
If only, or when that happens, then I'll be joyful, right? It's right here. It is
right here.
It becomes
right
a choice.
Here. Yeah.
It's a choice.
And it's accessible.
It's absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. So I shared when we were prepping for the show, I had shared with Reverend Cathy and Reverend Laura, y'all, that, living life in joy is a sprinkle of Sunday in praise. It's a sprinkle of Sunday in praise. And so something that we used to do in Sunday in praise was, won't he do it? Or won't he do it? So it's just a testimony, because testimonies are healing also, for people to hear other people's stories. And a lot of times we find ourselves in that story. There's something that is relatable, something that touches us. And so that's why the won't he do it testimony is so important to me, because I think it's healing for people to hear healing stories. Mm-hmm. So what's your won't he do it?
Well, first we have to be honest that we had to sit with won't he do it for a little while and get past the language to what the meaning was for us, right? And I think what I came to was really, and this speaks to Beloved Now. We call it Beloved Now, Beloved Now. It's a homonym. Yes. And so it's really, won't we do it? Because for me, God, goddess, he, she, however, source is nothing but me and everything outside of me. So for me, it's a we and a oneness experience. That's where my joy comes from. So I would say one of the main experiences in my life was it's a surrender. It was a real giving over for me. And it was, I think I talked about this in seminary, but it informs me to this day, and it enables me to work with people with chronic illness, in pain, suffering, with trauma. My daughter was very, very ill, and we were in a clinic in Switzerland, and she was pretty suicidal. It was bad. The line was in her brain, and I was up all night with her for many nights, hadn't slept, and I remember this moment of just, your will, not mine, be done. Yeah. I cannot carry this anymore. And if she's going to do this thing, there's nothing I can really do. She's a pretty smart human. She'll figure it out. This letting go and giving over to God was a profound experience for me, and it shifted a lot. I stopped grasping onto the outcome, and I allowed. So
that's beautiful.
That's my won't he do it.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. And I love it is a won't we do it. But I come from a Pentecostal background. So that's where that comes from. Yeah. Somebody would get up and serve and say, won't he do it? And then we would be gone. We'd be gone. So right. Laura, what's your won't he do it or won't we do it?
And I think I explained to you that we were talking earlier, right? And I had said, for me, I was not brought up in an organized religion. And so for me, I had to, I had to have this conversation with Cathy over a period of days of like the intention behind the language, because I didn't identify with the language very much, which is fine. It's how do we come to this place of understanding that there's a force greater than my small self that's happening in my life, right? As a child, I experienced a family system that had a lot of dysfunction in it, right? There was alcoholism, addiction, there was some mental illness, there was abuse, there was all kinds of stuff. And I grew up feeling very separate and alone. And I've had the experience of, getting sober, many years ago, and growing community around me and finding my way into my own heart in a sense of being held so that I can show up truly and fully as I am and feel connected to everything else. That's my won't he do it moment.
Well, so Rev Cynthia is joining us today. She's wrote that in the comments, and she just lost her beloved nephew about a month ago to suicide. So I know what you're sharing is what I said. It's that testimony, is hearing the other stories and how we can come through it, together. How we come through it together. Thank you so much for sharing your won't he do it. I so appreciate you not resisting and taking a little journey with it. Taking a little journey. You didn't shut down.
Spotify and turned on some won't he do it songs, and we were dancing around here before the show. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So let's talk.
Yeah. Thank you for inviting us into the conversation.
Yeah.
You're very welcome.
It's only enriching,
So let's talk about the program. I know you have a new cohort coming up very soon that's unfolding. And I know there are some members of my Congregation of Joy who are tuned in right now by divine appointment, because this may be what you need. This may be what you need right now. So share a little bit about the program.
Well, the BelovedNow program, it's a 12-week program. We already talked about that, of empowerment and healing for women 18 to 88 and beyond, right? It's a program of daily embodied practice using meditation, journaling, and breath work. And it's based on 12 guiding spiritual principles. So we've talked about all these little pieces all along the way. What it helps us do and what it enables us to do is just to support living our own soul's truth fully.
Yeah, and it's important to understand that we hold you. We create a really safe container and supported container. So on Sundays, there's a Zoom call where we introduce the principle of the week, and then the delivery system is through WhatsApp. So that evening you get the meditation for the week, which is the same each day. And we have a really amazing friend who's a shaman and a sound healer. And we have collaborated with her to create this beautiful 20-minute sound healing meditation. So, for instance, in the week of honesty, you have this beautiful meditation with the honesty affirmation, breath work. And then there's also a passage. Each day is a new passage based on the principle of honesty for that week and from a different interspiritual, interfaith perspective.
Right. So you listen to the meditation every day, and then you get every day in WhatsApp, you get your daily reading and 1 or 2 contemplative journal questions. And
so it's about a 30-minute commitment, 20 to 30. You can shorten it and make it fit into your life, depending on how busy you are. And I think one of the things that most people eventually get to, there's an aspect of resistance that we all have to showing up for ourselves in love. And that is what the program is really about.
Yeah.
Staying with ourselves, with love, and softening into the experience of what does source mean for us.
Right.
Yes. So tomorrow, oh, that gave me chills. Tomorrow you have a discovery call that's happening for people who are interested in finding out more about the program.
Yes, it's a free 1-hour Zoom call at 7:30 tomorrow night. You can find out about it by going
right to our website.
Right to our website.
www.belovednow.org.
We also have been talking about it on our Facebook and Instagram pages as well. So it's a free call. You sign up, you register for the call, and you get sent a Zoom link. And we invite everybody to sign up and come join us, because it's really an evening of spiritual practice. So we'll have some of our grads will be on the call in order to answer any questions and share their experience during and after the program. And we have women of all ages. So it's really pretty inspiring just to come on the call and just to benefit from learning a couple tools that you might not otherwise learn. Yeah.
And
tomorrow, 7:30. Okay.
Yep.
And the program itself starts 1 week from today. The next cohort.
The next 12-week cohort starts on May 2nd.
And the last thing I would just say is that we are very committed to creating community, ongoing community. Yeah. So once you graduate, we have a free monthly call, and all the graduates come on, and we are basically practicing together, right? We're doing it every month together, and it's great. Yeah. It's really inspiring.
Yeah.
Hey, Lavon. Hey, girl. So there's a right on the spot testimony. She's a graduate of the program. She says it's powerful and profound experience, and it's held in a very loving and supportive container. And so one of the things that I'm just so excited about is Reverend Laura and Reverend Cathy have generously offered a full scholarship to a woman of color through Congregation of Joy, through my joy work, my ministry of joy. So share a little bit about that, because I could barely talk about it, as you can see.
We started that back in the beginning of the program.
Right. We started the program a year ago. We've been fully in business for a year now. And we started right away with wanting to expand our diversity to reach other women that besides just, people who look like us, right?
And more communities.
More
because
communities.
We feel that when you help one woman, you help a community, because it's, her direct family,
Right.
the people she works with.
Right.
Women are just by nature co-creative, connective beings. And it's not that men aren't. It's just that women tend to that's how it goes naturally.
Yeah.
And so we really want to be able to reach into more communities and be of service in whichever way it shows up.
Right. Right.
Oh, we say yes to that scholarship, and
yes.
and I'll be touching base with you all, because I do have in mind someone in particular that I think this would be of great service and healing to. All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being on the show. It's been such a blessing just to reconnect with the two of you and to see some more seminary sisters on the line. Cynthia just put up, how do I apply? So let's end there. How do I apply? So Cynthia, if you're talking about the scholarship, girl, we'll talk. But how do people register for the program who are interested?
Definitely come on the call. That's the first thing, is just to really understand. We go a little bit deeper dive. And then if you're applying for the scholarship, you just simply email us after the call and say, yeah, I'm really interested. And then we move through it like that. Mm-hmm. And go on the website to see the different components, and come on the call tomorrow night.
Yeah.
That's the first step.
That's really the first step.
All right, we got our marching orders. First step, be on that call tomorrow, 7:30, discovery call. You can go check them out on Instagram, on Facebook, and get yourself connected with BelovedNow. BelovedNow. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, they was about to say they adore me, producer, and you cut them off.
We adore you.
We adore you, and you are the epitome of joy.
Yes.
So thank you for reflecting your own light.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Now, if that ain't some joy, I don't know what is. If you don't feel better after all of that, then come on now. Oh, yes, Cynthia's saying, looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. It's going to be amazing. So please take advantage of of these resources. We are resourced by the source, right? We're resourced by the source. And this is a wonderful resource that's available for our healing and for our empowerment. All right, y'all. All right, Levon, I see you. I see you, girl. It was so wonderful. I met Levon, of course, through One Spirit, but I had graduated. I was assisting in her class, and it was just an amazing experience to have, to have every weekend. Yes, yes, yes. All right, we're going to keep going. Thank you again, Reverend Cathy and Reverend Laura. Please go to the discovery call tomorrow at 7:30. All right. So before we end the show, we didn't do the 3 joy questions. It's okay. It's okay. We were so into it. It's okay. But we're going to play your joy song at the end of the show. We'll do that because they have a beautiful joy song that I've been listening to. It's Pachamama, which I've never heard of. And I love being introduced to new music, and it's beautiful. So we'll do that at the end of the show, producer, okay? All right, we're good. All right, so a couple of joy news announcements, and then we're going to close out. So tomorrow, remember, morning sip, spirit and practice, 10:30 a.m. We start our new series. We wrapped up communion last week, and it was good. It was good. So please join me tomorrow for our new series, 10:30 a.m. right here on New Thought Media Network and on I Am Rev Melissa. Also on Tuesday, it is our next Meditating with the Moon at 4 a.m. Eastern Time. And this is a good one, y'all, because it is the super moon. It's a pink super moon. And I told y'all could come with your pink pajamas on. It's all good. 4 a.m. Eastern Time, right here on New Thought Media Network also. And so to close out today's show, we're wrapping up April, which is National Poetry Month. And there are some beautiful words that I want to share from Reverend Cathy and Reverend Laura, because to me, they're poets. They're poets in healing. And so one is what I want to adopt as today's joy quote. So let's put that up, Rev. Say Rev, say cool. Ooh, look at this, say cool. I just made you a reverend. Okay, so this is this is the joy quote that I want to share, and this is from their program. Every moment of every day, I live my life in joy. I embody all that arises as holy ground. I offer myself from a generosity of spirit and celebrate oneness through sacred service. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. All right. All right. So I think we're going to end the show there. I had some other things, but I'm going to let that go right now because I just feel like I'm in completion. And so let's end with today's joy song from Reverend Cathy and Reverend Laura. It's Pacha Mama, and it's by the beautiful chorus. It's the name of the musicians who are singing and playing in this song. So everyone have a wonderful Sunday. Peace and blessings, peace and justice. We're living life in joy, connected to our yes.
I wanna be free, so free, like a feather blowing through the breeze, like a bird in a tree, like a dolphin in the sea. I wanna fly high, so high, like an eagle in the sky. And when my time has come, I'll let it all go with a sigh. Pachamama, coming home to the place where I belong. Pachamama, coming home to the place where I belong. I wanna be free, be me, be the holy being that I see. Not to rise and not to fall, be at one with love and all. There is no high, no low, there's nowhere else to go except inside your heart and be just who you are. Pachamama, home to the place where I belong. Pachamama, home to the place where I belong. Pachamama, coming home to the place where I belong. Pachamama.